beloved. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me today. So, guys, I want to talk to you today. Why is it that you don't talk to God about the business that He gave you? You wake up one morning, you have a dream, of opening a restaurant or, everything. And then you eventually reach that goal. But every morning you wake up, you don't talk to God about that. You go for a meeting, you don't tell God. You Business is not going well, you don't talk to God. Business is going well, you don't talk to God. Nothing. You don't pray for that business. You don't submit that business in the presence of God. So, guys, this is what I got to learn last year when I wanted to kill myself over a business that God gave me, and I did not, talk to Him. So, here's the thing, business is very spiritual. It's also something I got to learn along the journey. I can say this is going to be my second year as an entrepreneur, and I can tell you that it has not been easy. Do you know why? Because I try to do things myself. No, I know hospitality, I've been in it, for a while. I know this, I know that, but I don't talk to God about it. I wake up, I'm late for a meeting, I get up, run. Did you pray to God? Did you let God know that you're going for a meeting? No. Wake up, going to the restaurant. Did you tell God that you're going to the restaurant? Did you pray to God to bless you with customers, with money to buy stock, with money to pay your employees? No. We don't talk to God about anything, but we are the first to cry when things don't go away. When things don't go well, we'll be crying like, oh, why is everything going like this? Why that? Why this? But did you talk to God about it? A business is very, very spiritual, and the same God that blessed you with that wisdom, the same God that blessed you with that business. I remember days when I used to pray for the employees that I didn't even have. I have a book where I've written like everything, the prayers, praying for my future employees, praying for the business, writing down the plans, everything. That time it was God that gave me the wisdom. Today I can tell you that God does answer those prayers, and he is the same person that gave me that wisdom, of the business, and then he is the same person that made it happen his way, in a way that I never thought is going to happen. And he's still the same person that is carrying it, and he is still the same person that brought the employees that he brought. They can be good employees, they can be problematic employees, but at the end of the day, each and everything that happens, each and every person that you meet them for a reason. But you don't have to blame it on anything. Just submit everything to God. Submit it to God, because if you don't, then everything goes scatter. Everything goes scatter. Like, that is one thing that I wish as entrepreneurs we learn, that we remember that God is the one that gave us this project, the wisdom to build a house, the wisdom to build cars, each and every gift that you have, and let me give you a bit of background about myself to know, like, sometimes when things are happening in your life, you don't even understand why. So for me to find myself in hospitality, when our mother died, we lived with our dad at the mines, in Northam, where he used to work, South Africa. So when we were there was this lady, like a management, a kitchen manager. So she would do like catering events on weekends, right? And then I got to meet some people that were working there. So sometimes they would be looking for staff to work. That is how I found myself. So sometimes on weekends I would work in that lady's catering business, get my 300 rands, be happy. That time I was still young. I think I was in like grade 11 when I started working in that. Sorry guys, my dog is misbehaving. I was like, I'm in grade 11, and then I would go to the shop, buy my sweets, because I'm happy, man, I'm making some money, hey. And then sometimes, and then they opened this restaurant at like a club, Mine Club, those that will see this video will remember. So, and then that restaurant used to open on like Wednesdays, Thursdays, like towards the weekend, right? And then sorry guys, someone just came inside. And then what's this, it will open like in the evenings, so sometimes I would work, sometimes I wouldn't work. That is how I found myself in hospitality. And then I moved to Pretoria, and then I was going to this other church. And then I knew, okay, at least I have a bit of experience in hospitality, because I was looking for like a part-time job, or it was a time when I had to drop out of varsity. And then I came to Pretoria because of that church. And then I looked for a job, like something to do during the week, because now you need to pay for rent and stuff like that. And then I worked at a Sheraton hotel, and then I left there because I felt like church was more important. And then I what did I do? Oh, I just started volunteering at church, and then we'll get paid, some money. Okay. And then I went back home, and then I lived in Fourways with a relative, and then I came to Pretoria because I got a job at Mainland Spur, and then I worked there for like a month and a half or something. And then what's this? I went to work at a hotel, that was close to Mainland. That is where I was until now, guys. I became an entrepreneur. You know, God blessed me to be a co-restaurant owner. And then recently I started a part-time catering business through our restaurant. So what I'm trying to say is that you don't find yourself in a situation by mistake. Every situation that you are in, look at it with wisdom, discernment, and you will understand why you are put in that position and why you are there. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.